6. Lucky numbers to focus and become rich. On the 3rd of August, 2025 Buddhist Teachings. Have you ever wondered why some days feel filled with flow, luck, and quiet breakthroughs, while others seem like an uphill climb, no matter how hard you try? According to Buddhist wisdom, nothing happens by accident. Every moment is shaped by unseen forces, our thoughts, our habits, our karma, and sometimes even the subtle messages the universe sends through numbers. In today's video, we're exploring 6 powerful numbers that hold unique energies for August 3rd, 2025 a day, aligned with transformation, clarity, and quiet opportunity. But this isn't just about luck in the usual sense. This is about tuning into deeper truths that guide real abundance, both material and spiritual. You'll discover why these numbers matter, how they align with timeless Buddhist teachings, and most importantly, how they can help you create lasting wealth not just in your bank account, but in your heart, your mind, and your way of living. So take a breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey together. Because when you align your actions with awareness and your choices with wisdom, even the smallest step can lead to great fortune. 1. Number 18. The Quiet Awakener. Number 18, known as the Quiet Awakener, holds a deep and subtle power that often goes unnoticed unless we are truly still enough to feel it. In Buddhist thought, change doesn't always come with thunder. Often, it comes as a whisper from within. The number 18 symbolizes spiritual awakening and the gentle beginning of a personal rebirth, one that comes not from dramatic shifts, but from the soft unraveling of old habits and silent realizations. It's a message urging you to pause and reflect on the patterns you've been living in. Are they aligned with your higher self, or are they just routines designed for survival rather than fulfillment? This number speaks especially to those who feel a quiet longing for something deeper, a purpose that goes beyond work, bills, and obligations. As the Buddha said, to understand everything is to forgive everything. This is your moment to understand yourself more clearly, and from that understanding, release what no longer serves you. In modern life, we often distract ourselves with endless tasks and technology, mistaking activity for meaning. But 18 reminds us that transformation often begins when we step back, breathe deeply, and ask ourselves, what truly matters now? In Buddhist teachings, this is a moment of karmic renewal, a sacred opportunity to let go of the noise and step into a more intentional, conscious life. Use this number as a guidepost on August 3rd, 2025, to slow down, turn inward, and trust that small, mindful changes are the seeds of your richest life. As Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, smile, breathe, and go slowly. True wealth begins within, and number 18 quietly opens that inner door. 2. Number 4. The Invisible Architect of Success. Let's talk about the power behind the number 4, often overlooked, but truly the invisible architect of success. This number isn't flashy, but it's foundational. It represents discipline, structure, and the quiet persistence needed to build something that lasts. Think about it. No house can stand without a solid foundation, and in the same way, your life, your goals, and even your financial success require a stable base of daily habits and grounded decisions. In Buddhist teachings, this resonates deeply with the value of mindfulness practiced not just once, but every single day. Just like monks who rise before sunrise and walk their path with devotion and simplicity, we too must return to the basics. Breathing, patience, routine. That's where number 4 shines. Saturn, the planet linked with this number, is known as the teacher of spiritual responsibility. It doesn't reward shortcuts, but honors those who stay the course step by step. You might wonder, can something as simple as honoring this number really bring change? Let me share a short story. A man in Texas, struggling to keep his business afloat, started aligning his actions with the values of number 4 on the advice of a friend who studied Eastern wisdom. He focused on building systems, getting up at the same time every day, meditating in the morning, and tracking his spending and saving. Within months, not only did his business stabilize, but his peace of mind returned too. He didn't just grow financially, he grew spiritually. So ask yourself, where in your life can you bring more structure? What daily routines are you ignoring that could create lasting wealth not just in your bank account, but in your heart? Reflect on how discipline, though it seems small and slow, is the hidden force that transforms ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. The deeper message here is this: wealth doesn't just come from chasing luck or waiting for miracles. It blooms when we water the roots of our life daily, with presence, effort, and clarity. Number 4 reminds us that success isn't an event, it's a rhythm. Keep dancing to it, and you'll find your fortune unfolding in the most grounded, beautiful way. Point 3. Number 9. Quiet power of completion. Let's explore the quiet yet powerful energy of the number 9, a number that often goes unnoticed but holds deep meaning when it comes to transformation, closure, and emotional freedom. If you've been feeling weighed down by the past, caught in habits that no longer serve your growth, or stuck in emotional loops, the number 9 is your sign to let go. It represents the sacred energy of completion, not in a way that feels like an end, but as a gentle invitation to release what no longer belongs in your journey. In Buddhist teachings, this aligns perfectly with the principle of non-attachment, a practice that frees us from suffering caused by clinging. As the Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. And in the light of the upcoming supermoon on August 3rd, emotions will be heightened and clarity will be amplified, making it a powerful moment for self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that drains my peace? What belief, fear, or relationship needs to be gracefully released for me to grow? Number 9 encourages you to stop carrying emotional baggage that blocks your path and to instead welcome space for renewal. Think of it as an energetic house cleaning. When you release, you create room for wisdom, abundance, and freedom to enter. So, in this moment, with the support of both cosmic timing and ancient wisdom, what are you ready to say goodbye to in order to welcome something better? Remember, transformation doesn't always come with noise or fireworks. Sometimes it arrives quietly, the moment we simply let go. If you've watched up to this point, you're already tuning into the powerful energy of August 3rd. These 6 lucky numbers, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, are more than just digits. They're reminders to focus, align, and grow your abundance. Comment "focused for wealth" below to show you're ready to walk the path of mindful prosperity. Stay with us until the end. There's more insight waiting to guide your journey toward true riches. 4. Number 21. The pause that transforms. Let's take a moment to reflect on the energy of number 21, a number that may not be as commonly discussed, but one that holds a quiet and transformative power, especially in the fast-paced world we live in today. Number 21 is known as the pause that transforms, a gentle reminder that in the rush to achieve, we often overlook the deeper value of simply being still. In our daily lives, whether you're juggling career demands, family responsibilities, or personal goals, it's easy to feel like constant motion equals progress. But Buddhist wisdom teaches us differently. As the Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." The essence of 21 is exactly that, encouraging us to slow down, breathe deeply, and create space for inner clarity. When you see this number, it's a call to stop and realign, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Think of it as life's way of offering you a reset button. It's not about quitting, It's about pausing so you can step back into your journey with sharper vision and steadier steps. In Buddhist philosophy, this reflects the principle of presence over performance, the idea that fulfillment is found not in how much we do, but in how deeply we connect to what we're doing. So ask yourself, when was the last time you truly paused to listen to your inner voice, to question whether your direction aligns with your deeper values? In a world that praises hustle and rewards speed, number 21 reminds us that growth often arrives in silence, not in noise. Take that moment of stillness as a sacred act of self-care, not a delay. As Lao Tzu wisely said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Let this be your encouragement to embrace the power of intentional slowing down, because sometimes the most powerful step forward is a graceful pause. 5. Number 7. Sacred stillness. Let's take a closer look at the number 7, often seen as mystical, but in Buddhist teachings, it holds a very practical and powerful meaning: sacred stillness. In today's world, where we're constantly bombarded with noise, deadlines, and distractions, embracing stillness might feel unnatural or even unproductive. But number 7 gently reminds us that stillness isn't laziness, it's strength. It's the kind of strength that comes from knowing yourself, trusting your inner voice, and choosing calm over chaos. In Buddhist wisdom, 7 represents the 7 qualities of enlightenment: mindfulness, investigation, energy, joy, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. These aren't just lofty ideas, they are tools to help you stay grounded and grow. 7 is also linked to Neptune, the planet of dreams and spiritual intuition, and the crown chakra, which opens us to higher wisdom. When you see this number, it's a quiet call to return to yourself and reconnect with what matters most. A man named Chris, a small business owner from Oregon, shared how he started seeing the number 7 everywhere during a time of deep personal stress. Instead of brushing it off, he began incorporating mindfulness into his mornings, just 10 minutes of stillness. Over time, he became more focused, made better decisions, and even grew his business by letting go of impulsive habits. He didn't just get richer in money, he became rich in peace. So let me ask you, when was the last time you truly allowed yourself to pause without guilt? What could happen if you gave yourself space to be present, even for a few minutes a day? In every still moment lies a chance to tune into your inner wisdom. The message of number 7 is clear. The world may be moving fast, but your power lies in your ability to slow down, listen within, and act from clarity. Real success isn't always about doing more, it's about being more aligned with your purpose. 6. Number 44. Bonus number: strength and stability. Let's take a deep breath and dive into the meaning of number 44, often referred to as a master number, and considered a bonus when it shows up in your life. This number is a powerful amplification of the energy of number 4, which stands for discipline, foundation, and long-term stability. When doubled, that energy becomes a force of spiritual structure and silent strength. Number 44 shows up during times of great change or uncertainty as a divine confirmation that you are on the right path, even if the world around you feels unstable. It's a reminder that true wealth, both materially and spiritually, isn't built on quick wins or external trends, but on the quiet and patient work of grounding yourself in values that don't change with the wind. In Buddhist teachings, this resonates with the path of the middle way: calm, balanced, and consistent. As the Buddha taught, a jug fills drop by drop, reminding us that daily effort, no matter how small, creates lasting strength. The number 44 encourages you to come back to your center, especially when life feels chaotic. This is your sign to stay focused, build your routines, protect your peace, and keep walking your path with determination. A woman named Karen from Colorado shared how she kept seeing 44 during a tough divorce. Instead of giving in to fear or rushing into impulsive decisions, she took it as a sign to slow down, rebuild her emotional foundation, and focus on healing. A year later, not only did she regain her confidence, but she also launched a small wellness business that grew steadily because it was built from inner clarity. So ask yourself, where in your life do you need to stop chasing and start grounding? What parts of your daily routine can you strengthen to support your long-term vision? The message of number 44 is not just about strength, it's about steady, unshakable strength. It whispers that even when life tests you, you already have the power within to build something lasting, something meaningful. Stay patient, stay focused, and trust that the ground beneath you is more solid than it seems. Now that you've discovered the 6 lucky numbers for the 3rd of August, remember, luck is only part of the path. True wealth comes when wisdom meets intention. But here's something most people never realize. Hard work alone doesn't guarantee success. In the next part of this video, we'll uncover why so many people work tirelessly, yet still struggle, and what Buddhist teachings reveal about the real path to abundance. Stay with us, this truth could shift your entire mindset. And if you're ready to grow not just richer, but wiser, comment "awakened effort" below to show you're committed to walking the smarter path. Why hard work doesn't make you rich, the truth behind the struggle. In today's world, we're constantly told, if you want to succeed, just work hard. But here's a truth that many overlook: hard work alone doesn't make you rich. Why not? When viewed through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, this becomes much clearer. The Buddha taught that all things arise from causes and conditions. Success doesn't come from effort alone, it comes from right timing, right direction, and right intention. Number 1. Hard work in the wrong direction only exhausts you. Hard work, in and of itself, is often praised as the key to success. But when your energy is spent moving in the wrong direction, that effort only brings exhaustion, not prosperity. It's like rowing with all your might upstream, where no matter how much strength you apply, you end up drained, not ahead. This is a truth many quietly endure. Countless individuals wake before dawn, pour 12 to 14 hours into work, yet remain financially stuck and emotionally depleted. Why does this happen? It's not because they lack discipline or determination, but because their actions stem from unconscious routines, not conscious intention. They are caught in cycles of busyness that don't necessarily bring them closer to their goals or inner peace. In Buddhist thought, this points to a fundamental principle: right effort must be paired with right view. As the Buddha taught, with our thoughts we make the world. If the thoughts behind our work are misaligned with wisdom and clarity, our labor becomes like a boat going in circles, never reaching the shore. Many of us were raised to believe that if we just work hard enough, the universe will reward us. But effort without reflection is like trying to grow a tree in barren soil. There's movement, but no nourishment. This is why in the Noble Eightfold Path, Buddhism emphasizes samavayama, right effort, which means effort that is guided by mindfulness and understanding, not just raw persistence. When we push ourselves to the brink without questioning why or for whom we are working, we risk losing not only our health, but our sense of direction. In today's world, it's easy to confuse motion with meaning. Many live in what might be called a quiet panic, trying to keep up, trying to survive, but not really living. And in this chase, they forget to ask the deeper questions. Am I aligned with my values? Is this path true to who I really am? A Zen proverb reminds us, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. Unless you're too busy, then you should sit for an hour. This humor hides a profound truth that when life gets noisy, stillness becomes even more essential. Most people are reacting rather than responding. They react to bills, to deadlines, to pressure, but they rarely pause to reflect on whether their current path is taking them toward fulfillment or just further into fatigue. In contrast, Buddhist teachings encourage us to cultivate awareness before action. This awareness acts like a compass. Without it, our hard work becomes misdirected energy. With it, even small efforts begin to carry profound impact because they are in harmony with the flow of life. It is also important to recognize that not all work is equal. There is a difference between being busy and being effective. Just because someone is always doing something doesn't mean they're moving forward. As the Dhammapada says, fools are busy, the wise act with purpose. We live in a time when being constantly occupied is often mistaken for progress, but endless motion without reflection only leads us deeper into confusion. This is why so many hard-working people feel like they are spinning their wheels. They are stuck in a system that rewards activity more than insight, and that glorifies hustle more than harmony. In truth, wealth, both material and spiritual, comes not just from doing more, but from doing what truly matters. Consider this: what if the wealth we seek isn't only about money, but about meaning? The Buddha once said, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship." If your hard work is costing you your health, your peace of mind, or your connection to loved ones, then the price is too high. True abundance begins with internal clarity. When you understand yourself, your purpose, and your values, then your efforts become aligned with a deeper truth, and from that alignment, both success and peace become possible. This isn't just spiritual philosophy, it's practical wisdom. In today's economy, success often requires strategy, emotional intelligence, and adaptability, not just brute force. Working smarter doesn't mean being lazy. It means knowing what truly deserves your energy. So, to those who find themselves working endlessly yet feeling stuck, I offer this: pause, breathe, and reflect. Ask yourself whether your actions are aligned with your deepest values. Are you living out someone else's definition of success or your own? Are you building a life that reflects your heart, or just reacting to fear and expectations? Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to stop and observe where the river of your life is really going. As Thich Nhat Hanh so beautifully said, "Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy." In the same way, sometimes your work brings you purpose, but sometimes your purpose must guide your work. Ultimately, the message is simple yet profound. Hard work alone won't make you rich, not in the truest sense of the word. What enriches your life is not just how much you do, but how aligned you are with your purpose, your awareness, and your peace. Choose to work with mindfulness, choose to move with wisdom, and trust that when your efforts are rooted in right intention and right understanding, success, both material and spiritual, begins to unfold naturally, like a lotus rising from still waters. Number 2, true wealth starts from within. If you've ever found yourself lying awake at night, worrying about money, success, or your future, you're not alone, but ask yourself this: even if you had all the money you wanted, would your heart finally feel at peace? This is where we often get it wrong. We think that financial wealth will automatically solve everything, yet deep down, we know that isn't always true. You can earn more, buy more, and still feel restless inside. The Buddha taught us this truth long ago when he said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This isn't just a spiritual phrase, it's a life-changing perspective. Real wealth starts with the condition of your mind and the clarity of your heart. You might have seen people who seem to have it all, yet they live with stress, fear, and a sense of emptiness that no paycheck can fix. So what are we truly chasing? Is it the money itself, or the feeling we think money will bring us? Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly content, even with little? That feeling comes not from external rewards, but from internal harmony. You've probably noticed that when your mind is calm and your heart is clear, even simple moments feel rich. A cup of tea, time with loved ones, a walk under the open sky, these become treasures when your inner world is balanced. But if you're carrying constant anxiety, always comparing, always rushing, even success feels like another burden. That's why real transformation doesn't come from doing more, but from understanding more, just as number 18, the quiet awakener, reminds us. The deeper your understanding of yourself, the easier it is to know what truly matters. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what does wealth mean to me personally? Until we define that for ourselves, we risk chasing other people's dreams and never feeling fulfilled. In our world today, it's easy to confuse being rich with being valuable. Social media, advertising, and even our culture often tell us that more money means more success, more status, and more happiness. But if that were really the case, why do so many people who reach financial goals still feel lost or unsatisfied? Could it be that we've been sold a shallow version of wealth, one that ignores our inner life, our relationships, and our well-being? True wealth is a state of being, not just a number. It's the ability to enjoy your time, to feel secure in yourself, and to live with purpose. It's knowing who you are and being at peace with it. So instead of asking, how can I make more money? Perhaps a better question is, what makes my life feel rich, even right now? The path to this kind of wealth is quiet and personal. It doesn't require a spotlight, only sincerity. It asks you to slow down, reflect, and connect with what really nourishes you. Are your current efforts supporting your well-being, or are they draining your energy and pulling you away from what matters most? This isn't about abandoning ambition or giving up on financial goals. In fact, when your heart is aligned and your mind is settled, you become more focused, creative, and capable, because you're not chasing shadows, you're walking your truth. This is the quiet strength of someone who has done the inner work. They might not always look successful by society's standards, but they carry a calm confidence that can't be shaken. So, what would it take for you to feel truly wealthy today? Not someday, not after you've reached a certain milestone, but right now. Is it peace of mind, time with loved ones, the freedom to be yourself? The more honest you are with this question, the clearer your path becomes. We don't have to wait for life to grant us wealth. We can begin creating it from the inside by choosing peace over pressure, clarity over confusion, and meaning over mindless striving. A calm heart is richer than a full wallet that can't buy peace. A grounded mind is more valuable than status that depends on others' approval. In the end, here's what we must remember. Money can add comfort, but it can't create true contentment. That comes from within you. And as the Buddha also taught, it is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. So don't underestimate the power of your own inner world. It is the foundation of your entire experience. If you want to live a life of abundance, start by cultivating peace, clarity, and purpose within yourself. Then, let your actions flow from that place, because when the inner world is rich, the outer world begins to reflect it. That is the wealth that no one can take from you. Number 3. Your karma and habits shape your results. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why, despite working so hard, some people still feel stuck, like they're running on a treadmill and going nowhere? Maybe you've felt that way too, like no matter how much effort you put in, the rewards never quite match up. That feeling isn't just about bad luck or not trying hard enough, it's about something deeper. You see, the truth is that your karma and your daily habits shape your results. whether you realize it or not. There's an old saying, you can't plant apple seeds and expect oranges. And the same goes for your actions and intentions. If what you plant is fear, comparison, stress, or resentment, don't be surprised if the results of your life carry those same emotions. The Buddha captured this beautifully when he said, "You become what you think." That's not just a spiritual idea, it's a psychological truth. Your thoughts influence your emotions influence your behavior, and your behavior shapes your life. So, if you're working from a place of proving your worth, trying to be better than others, or constantly living in fear of failure, you may achieve external success, but inside, you'll likely still feel unfulfilled, anxious, or disconnected. But what happens when you shift your motivation? When you work not from fear, but from mindfulness, compassion, and inner clarity, everything begins to change. It's like nurturing a garden. When you water your actions with peace and intention, you grow fruit that nourishes not just your bank account, but your soul. Ask yourself, what energy are you putting into your daily work? Is it rushed and reactive, or calm and purposeful? Most people don't realize how much their unconscious habits are steering their lives. They wake up, go through the motions, and never pause to ask, why am I doing this? What seeds am I really planting today? That's why, even with all the effort in the world, the outcomes can feel hollow. Karma isn't about punishment or reward in a mystical sense. It's simply cause and effect. What you consistently do, think, and feel, these shape your future. And just like physical health depends on your daily habits, your financial and emotional well-being depend on your mental and spiritual patterns. Let's get practical. Think about the habits that guide your day. Are you constantly rushing, multitasking, checking your phone during meals, saying yes to everything out of guilt or fear of missing out? These small behaviors create a bigger pattern, and over time, that pattern becomes your life. As Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. In other words, don't wait for wealth or success to feel peace. Build your peace now, in how you act, how you think, how you show up. This isn't about being perfect or becoming a monk. It's about choosing, every day, to act from a clear, grounded place, instead of constantly reacting to stress, fear, or ego. If your efforts are driven by desperation or insecurity, you might build something, but it probably won't feel stable. But if they're grounded in self-awareness and kindness, you're building something that can last both materially and emotionally. So here's a powerful question for you. What do your actions say about what you believe? If you believe the world is scarce and competitive, your actions might reflect constant hustling, protecting, and overworking. If you believe there's enough, and that your well-being matters just as much as your goals, your actions will show more patience, clarity, and trust. You don't have to fix everything overnight. Start small. One mindful decision, one compassionate act, one honest conversation. These are the seeds of a more abundant life. And here's the beautiful part. When you begin to align your daily actions with higher values, people notice. Opportunities begin to match your energy, your relationships deepen, your self-respect grows, and the outer results begin to reflect the quality of your inner world. At the end of the day, the message is simple but often overlooked. Hard work matters, but the energy behind it matters even more. You can't force joy from stress or build peace through panic. True success, the kind that lasts and feels good, comes from aligning your efforts with wisdom, not just willpower. So take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, what seeds am I planting in my life today? Because that's what you'll be harvesting tomorrow. When you choose awareness over autopilot, compassion over comparison, and presence over pressure, you're not just chasing success, you're creating a life that actually feels rich, meaningful, and whole. And that is a kind of wealth no one can take away from you. And there you have it, 6 powerful numbers to guide your focus, energy, and intention on August 3rd, 2025. Remember, true wealth begins not just with action, but with awareness. When you align your efforts with clarity, purpose, and inner peace, both spiritual and material abundance begin to naturally flow. If today's video brought value to your journey, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos filled with Buddhist teachings, mindful reflections, and ancient wisdom made simple for modern life. Thank you for walking this path with us. Until next time, breathe deeply, live mindfully, and trust in the quiet power within you.